adopted today?
Sorry?
On sanctions packages against Russia, were ministers adopted today?
I'm not quite sure whether we will adopt it today, but if it's not today, then I hope it will be tomorrow. We have been pushing very, very hard for that, as I just explained to my national newspapers. It is important to take the momentum created also by Trump's new messages yesterday, where he, in line with Lindsey Graham, are talking about secondary sanctions. I have long been advocating for a more transatlantic approach. We should push the Russian economy much more. So I think one of the key elements in the sanction package is the lowering of the oil price gap. There haven't been a consensus so far. Without going into details, particularly 3 countries have been against it. We are working to figure out some kind of innovative solutions where we can lower the price gap. And I think we are pretty close to achieve that. Whether it will be during the meeting today or later today or tomorrow, I can't foresee for sure, but I'm very optimistic. And I think it's now time, really to push Putin to the negotiating table.
You mentioned that Denmark might be one of the countries participating in a new scheme which was announced by President Trump. Would you be willing to buy weapons for Ukraine in the U.S. or perhaps give weapons you already have in stock to Ukraine and then back order from the U.S.?
Yes, we had a meeting with President Zelensky and his staff in Denmark. It must have been like 2 weeks ago, when we took over the presidency, and we discussed exactly that. And it goes hand in hand with what is known as the Danish model, invented a year ago, where we purchased directly from the Ukrainian defense industry. And this is just an alternative version of that. So we are ready to participate. Of course, we can't do it on our own. We need others to partner up, but we have a readiness, and I'm proud to say that we are the biggest supporter to Ukraine per capita. We spend more than the double of the country in Europe who is on the ranking second. So of course we are willing to do that. And more generally speaking, I would say that what we experienced yesterday with the new messages from Trump was very important in terms of acceptance of delivering weapon, but also the sanction scheme. I talked to Lindsey Graham last week in Washington, and he's processing his sanction package. And I have long been advocating that we should join forces transatlantic. And therefore, it is of crucial importance that Europe now agree on this 18th sanction package, where the oil price cap is one of the most important elements.
Let me make sure I understood. Apologies, Minister. Do you mean that you would be willing to buy weapons in the U.S. and transfer them directly to Ukraine, or that you would be willing to take weapons you have in your own stocks, give them to Ukraine, and then order from the U.S.?
But we don't have these kind of systems, the Patriot systems. So if we should lean in that, and we are absolutely ready to do so, it will be, money. And we have to work out the details. It could be the Ukrainian buying it themselves, and then we have to, support Ukraine, or it could be directly payment to U.S. I think we must work out the details. The most important thing is that we now have American readiness to deliver these most needed weapons.
I forhold til